Hi guys, it's your girl Lena Sanders from 101.9 Interstate Live Radio. Give you the news you can use while you're cruising down the interstate. Now let me tell you a little bit about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to create and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcasts for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast. I don't think you heard me. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Now just go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Right here, go ahead and get started with your girl, Lena Sanders, on 101.9 Interstate Live Radio. It's Interstate Live Radio, giving you the news you can use while you are cruising down the interstate. Hear the latest entertainment news, hear news, current events, all about what's happening around you, around the world, in your communities, on your street, on your block. We are going to have the news for you. We're going to talk about it. We're not going to edit it, and we're going to give you what you want to hear. Also hear the latest music and also independent artists right here on Interstate Live Radio. If you want to be a part of our broadcast, make sure you email us at radio@interstateliveradio.com. That's radio@interstateliveradio.com. 101.9 Interstate Live Radio, giving you the news you can use while you're cruising down the interstate. So welcome everybody to the State of Fitness. I'm Elena Sanders, your commentator or your narrator, whatever you want to call it, moderator for the day. And so let me turn down this volume. Hold on one second, guys. I hear echo. Hold on, I hear echo. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So I didn't want to get that feedback from YouTube. So those who are tuned in, listening to us, watching us on the social media world, today is the State of the Fitness, I would say union, State of the Union, doing COVID-19 and beyond. We have some wonderful people here on the panel to discuss where we're going into the fitness industry, because right now, due to COVID-19 and the pandemic, there's so many things that has changed. Here in Georgia, April 24th, our governor opened up the gyms as well as restaurants, massage therapists, facilities, those places where you cannot really do social distancing. A lot of gyms may have opened, some decide to close. So we're here today. I'm going to introduce everybody on the panel. We're going to talk about the state of the actual fitness industry. So I'm first going to start with Ms. Vanessa Dewberry, who's also a fitness, has a fitness facility, and she's going to give you a little bit about herself. All right, let me unmute yourself. Make sure you unmute yourself. 1 second. There you go.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Dewberry, and I'm so excited to be amongst great leaders. I call myself a baby in the industry, but I've learned from many of you guys that's on the platform, and I'm truly excited to be just in this family. My business is Nessa Cycles. I am currently sharing space with the Body Shop with my brothers, Silverback and also Quan. And we're just excited. Now that the COVID situation is going on, we have lost a lot, but we tend to strive. We tend to just learn, adapt, and just keep going. So we are located in Conyers, Georgia.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for joining us. With us today, we also have Miss Sherry Shamrock out of Texas. So what's going on, Sherry?
What's going on, people? How you doing? I am Sherry Shamrock, and I have been in the fitness industry for 25 years. I've opened health clubs up all over the country, from Atlanta, Utah, Texas, and it was here in Texas where I discovered that cheerleading motions are identical to weight training movements, and I thought it'd be a great workout. I call it a STEM workout because it's based in exercise science, and I invented weighted cheerleading pom-poms called pound palms to accompany the workout. So I've been a nationally certified personal trainer since 1996. Prior to that, I was a counselor. I specialize in child sexual abuse. So I understand both the physical and mental health and emotional health of fitness, and I bring all that to what I do. It's not a lot that I haven't done in the industry. So if you have questions, I got answers, and if I don't, I can find them.
Sherry's being also modest. Sherry is also the winner of Steve Harvey's Thunderdome, where she actually won with her product. So with her fitness pom-pom. So she's being a little modest. So Sherry's a celebrity here. So also we have with us is Mr. Joel Silverback. What's going on, Joel? Tell the people about yourself. Make sure you unmute yourself. There you go.
Blessing Queens, and how y'all doing? My name is Joel. Kings and Queens, sorry. My name is Joel. I'm the owner of Silverback Extreme Fitness. Be humble in life, but aggressive towards your health. Also co-founder and co-owner of the Body Shop Athletic Club located in Conyers, Georgia. Well, the COVID-19 happened. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, it happened. So the best thing we can do is adjust and try to find other avenues to reach out people and connect with our clients to make sure they're still able to move and get their healthy ways still inactive or still actively, because it's hard out there and a lot of people are depressed, and that was like a form of release for a lot of people. And so I know Quan, he's my partner. We opened up and we started doing free online classes just to help the people out, just to get everybody moving and getting everybody continue to be active. So that's how I am on the part. I just wish that this never happened in a sense, because it hit a lot of people in a negative way. But at the same exact time, I'm glad it happened because it hit people in the right way, that they just started to find themselves and started to look at other avenues instead of going to work every day to find other means of incomes.
Awesome. Welcome. Also, we have with us on the panel, Mr. Quan Starling. How you doing, Quan? Tell the people about yourself.
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I'm
CEO
of Fit to Flex Fitness, piggybacking off of what Joel said, co-owner of the Body Shop Athletic Club with him Miss Vanessa. And like they said, COVID-19 happened. We had to adapt, figure out ways to have a second stream of income, also while professionally, leveling ourselves up. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people probably just did train, never thought about virtual. So now this is another avenue they can get stronger at and use it as a plus going forward.
Awesome. Welcome everyone to the panel. As those who just tuning in, thank you for watching us live as well on YouTube and also Facebook Live, iHeartRadio, and some other places. So what we're coming today, we're talking about the state of the fitness industry during COVID-19 and beyond, because we know a lot of things are going to change after this COVID-19 situation. Some of you guys are gym and facility owners. So what I want to know is, did you reopen? And just tell us why you reopened. If you did not, why you did not open, because that's what we want to understand. And what plan did you have in place to keep your customers safe during this time as well? Y'all don't all go at once.
I'll shoot out them. All right, so we closed. We've been closed since about March 18th or so. Okay. And since we having an open conversation, I want to say, when they closed, when they started opening things, I initially was like, okay, great. I'm tired of being in the house. Let's get back out. Let's get this thing going. That was the initial thought. But after sitting down, letting time go, having a talk with Joel, it was best that we, keep things closed and see how things happen as they start to open things up, making sure that it don't open up floodgates of COVID-19. So that was my initial thought, but I'm for the people and I want everybody to stay safe. So we decided to close, and we're still closed at the moment. We'll talk about when we open it sometime this week, but it won't be this week. So that's where we at, really. But I don't know if Joel want to piggyback off of that.
Well, yeah, Quan said everything really for the most part. The safety of the customers and the clients is the biggest thing that we have to worry about. I know everybody wants to get back into doing what they love the most and being interactive with our individuals and our clients, because we built a family over the time that we've been training everybody. So when me and Quan sat down, after I saw the post, I hit Quan up immediately, like, bro, we can't do that. Not yet. Let's talk about it. So because it was like everybody wants to jump in and get back to that, and I understand that. But like I said, we could control how our systems are, how we treat ourselves, and how we take care of ourselves. But we don't know who's walking in and out of that facility, who they're interacting with, how they're taking care of themselves, and so forth. Because that could be a risk for everybody. And I didn't want that gym, our gym, to be one of those gyms that everybody's coming back to. And next, you know, some of the cases are evolving because of the interaction. Because at the end of the day, people are sweating, people are moving, people are touching things unconsciously, and you're not going to get every crevice of the facility. You can be real with yourself. You're not going to. So it was just a reality check that we just had to realize this, and we just had to push out and do more free classes online, or try to get outside clients, or so we can get that 6 feet distance from each other, but still able to make our money and still able to impact our individuals, like Juan said.
Michelle, would you like to piggyback on that one as well?
I will. I'm Michelle Williams. I own Michelle's Fun Fitness. I'm a Zumba instructor, so it makes for a really unique scenario in virtual world for myself. When they opened up, like Quan and I'm sorry, I missed your name, Silverback Fitness, indicated, you know, it was exciting for about 3 seconds thinking about it. Yes, we can start. But just thinking about the responsibility of being the gym owner and allowing people in, and the potential outcome of it, you know, with us congregating, regardless of how careful we are unaware of what all the aspects of this disease are. So we don't know how it spreads. And in the exercise world, if there's nothing else we're doing, we're breathing heavy, we're sweating, we're passing fluids and air. So I really considered it, but I did not.
That's awesome
for now.
And just to give you some stats, Keisha Lance Bottoms posted today that since the opening on April 24th, the cases of COVID in the Atlanta metro area increased 40%. So that tells you guys made the right choice. Not saying those who opened, I know they had to get back to where they had to get to, but as that number is increasing steadily. So where do you guys see, and this is anybody can answer this, where do you see it happening? Where do you see the fitness industry going for you having facilities? Do you think that your clientele is going to decrease? Do you think everybody's going to come back once you're able to open back up? What are your feelings about this?
Well, I think that once everything gets going back to normal, which is hard to really fathom because of the craziness that's going on right now, but once it, you know, perhaps get back to normal, with what you see, not with what you hear on TV and things of that nature, I think that it'll go back to being normal until something, you know, like this happens again.
I agree with him. You know, people unfortunately are creatures of habit. And how many times have someone asked God to save them for whatever reason, and they'll make a promise to God and say, if you just save me from this, I'll promise I'll do this. And how long does that last? Because we unfortunately are creatures of habit. And habit, what you have to do is you have to change what your habits are. And I think right now we're in a situation where obviously your habits are having to change. The question is, what's the longevity of it? What's the greatest fear that can occur after things get better, that you don't go back to what you're comfortable doing? And so we have to be conscientious of our actions. And so we all know not every member wipes down equipment. We know not every member is conscientious of the person beside them. Not every member covers their face when they cough or sneeze, or even in a Group X class, not every member is going to wipe down their equipment. The question is, as instructors, it's going to be up to us to make sure that we start enforcing those things and make it become a habit. I mean, oftentimes a class lasts 45 minutes. Maybe have classes last 40 minutes. And that last 5 minutes is called cleanup, and make sure that everybody cleans up after themselves. And yeah, people put their equipment away, but they also need to start wiping it down. So we have to be the instrument that creates the change within our facilities.
Do you feel that somebody's about to say something? Were you commenting, Quan? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying I like that. I like that thought.
So with that being occurring, do you think that's going to be more expensive as far as you having to have certain type of products to clean up now? Because I'm seeing a lot of facilities are hiring companies to come in and clean their facilities, where it's adding a little bit more expense. So do you think that's going to be more of an expense now, or putting more weight on the instructor to make it their job to do all of that now?
I can answer if anybody wants. I don't own a facility right now, okay? But I've opened up, I used to open up Gold's Gym franchises in Utah. There were 70,000 square feet. I did 4 brand new ones in 3.5 years, and I managed the mergers of 8 of the locations. So when it comes to the industry, I get it. And I used to always say, who's the most important person in the gym? And people would say, oh, the salesman. No. The instructors. No. The cleaning staff. Because if somebody walks up to your facility and outside there's trash, do you think they're going to walk in? Would you walk in? If you open up the door and you saw it was dirty and nasty, that's not a place you're going to give your money. So I don't care how good your sales rep is, it's not going to close the deal. So right now, I think just when you said, is it going to increase? There's a possibility, yeah, you're going to increase because you're going to be a little more conscientious of it. But once you get it under control, it's just like moving into a new house. You may get someone to come in and get a good spring cleaning in that house, get everything clean. Then it's up to you and the staff that you have and the people that you hired that you've already had in place to continue the cleaning. Maybe later on down the road, you'll also implement, okay, another 6 months, another 3 months, add in extra cleaning. But keep in mind, that facility that's doing those little things, it's going to be the facility that gets talked about, and that friend tells his friend, man, this place is clean. Because how many times have you seen a place that's dirty and you talk about it? And when you see a place that's clean, it's like, wow, this place is clean. That shouldn't be an anomaly. That should be the norm. And that's what it's going to have to become. Be that gym that people know as the clean gym.
Yeah, see, I agree with you on that, Sherry. I think once things are back to some semblance of normal, there's going to be such a competitive spirit with more people. People have been pumping their virtual classes and this and that. So a whole bunch of different places, a whole bunch of competition. Something will have to continue to distinguish your gym, your center, from all these other that have kind of virtually invaded your airspace. I think that the cleaning, the cleanliness, the disinfecting needs to be a community effort. For myself, I would like to depend on my, if I was visiting a facility, I'd like to think that they've cleaned it and disinfected it. But as a person who wants to remain healthy, it's also going to be my responsibility to make sure when I walk in there, I handle my business and get and clean that equipment or whatever as well. So I think it'll be interesting.
Right. And I'm glad you mentioned the virtual piece. How many of you guys had to go towards virtual since COVID-19 has actually come into place, the pandemic has come into place? And how has that helped increase, or did it change any of your business?
Can I just say something? With me, with a spin, I can piggyback on the Zumba because it's like close knit when you set up the bikes. And I work in the medical field, and for this whole COVID-19, because I work in the field and I had to deal with patients just going through this virus, for me, I was a little leery at first. I mean, at first, my clients had already sent me a text before I can even see what the news had, and they were like, I'm not coming back. And so, it hits me hard because here I'm trying to run a business and still trying to be there for my clients and still having to work in the medical field, knowing how bad it is and how bad it has been since the governor has released the open for the businesses, especially the gyms. So it was really, really hard. It took a lot of prayer and it takes a lot of meditation because I'm trying to battle whether or not I'm going to continue doing this virtual. Because yes, my virtual training has increased, but of course it can't be the same amount as what I'm charging in the gym. So still, the business still were able to get a hit somehow because I can't charge them the same fee that I'm charging them in the studio. So I had to cut my prices, I think less than half, just to get those members to get there. And like I said, when I started with my whole team that was backing, just supporting me. And then it branched out to people from the different Caribbean, from the States, from New York, from Jersey. I have clients from Arizona. I have clients from all over coming in and training with me. Do I want to do that all the time? It's not Vanessa. I'm more personal. But if I have to do it, that's what I have to do to save my business. But it's just hard. It has impacted us as fitness instructors so hard. It has impacted our business so hard. Sometimes I just want to sit here and cry because your clients want you and you can't do it for them. Because of course the things that you used to do before to help them, you can't help them now because financially you have taken a hit in every aspect. So it's mind-blowing for me because I'm dealing with patients every day. Even some of my clients had family members that has hit with the COVID. Thank God they didn't die, but still, it's still hard and it's unbearable. Let me put it that way. So even with me teaching virtual training, I still have to get my mind right because I have to take off on the medical side. I have to take off that cap and come in and teach them on the virtual side. So all I can say, I'm praying for all the instructors. I'm praying for all the gyms because it's I don't know how Michelle is going to do it as a Zumba instructor, but I know it's hard.
I tell you what, it has been a unique experience for myself with Zumba. Unlike some of the other exercise formats, music is the basis of the program, the exercise program. So you got to figure out a way to make your music play, and we know Zoom can be a little interesting sometimes trying to coordinate music and video. So I started with a Zoom and morphed off of it because Facebook Live video and audio worked better. Problem is, Facebook Live, when you play music, you're infringing upon someone's copyright. Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I hope you can. No?
Pull it back.
Oh no, we can't. So, tell us what it is.
So basically from Facebook Live as of last week, I've got this feature is temporarily blocked. You posted something that violates policies. Basically, you are not abiding by the community standards by going live, dancing with my classmates. I'm in violation of Facebook so bad that I am blocked from going live. Oh, that presents quite the challenge for having a virtual class, and kind of forced me to find an alternative and how to make Zoom work for me. So luckily some other instructors who's used it with music gave me some tips on how to set it up so that it's doable now. But oh boy, an adventure.
There is another platform, and I will be willing to share it with you after the call. But there's a platform that I'm actually testing right now. Mm-hmm. They're paying the instructors as Zoom and SPAN. They're paying the instructors to use their platform. They'll pay you. So you use their platform, but you still have your members that are actually paying you. So that's something you probably look to, because if you guys want to get there was an news, something I read on, I think it was one of those news stuff online, and it shows that Facebook is blocking businesses every 30 minutes. They're doing this rotation of blocking you because they don't want you to use their outlet for free and getting paid by your members.
And I can speak on that as a social media professor, and I actually do a lot of testing, and I'm a beta tester for Facebook. Facebook is a business. It is a business, and they make their money off of advertising, but there's also a way around the music a little bit. If you put a disclaimer in your post saying that it's for educational purposes only, make sure you put that disclaimer in there and that you're not making money off of it, but they know that you're probably making something off of it. So that's why they actually go in and block those. And Facebook is also getting some backing from these labels and these artists, because they want their money. So the labels and artists like, okay, if you're going to play my music and make money off of it, I need my royalty money. You can get around that by going with companies like Power Music, Yes Music, or making your own music. That's the other thing. Making your own, I do that. I make my own music. So that's the only way you can get around that is by getting somebody to make your own beats. So you can get around those different things. So I know everybody doesn't want to do it that way, but that kind of helps a lot of our fitness professionals by also doing that. But when you're speaking on the virtual, it's now made you international. If you think about it, I know Vanessa, you were saying that you have clients in Arizona, you have clients here. It's making you an international instructor. So do you still, and that's going for everybody who's doing virtual or not, do you still see that you will still keep that virtual piece now that once you open back up the gym?
I want to piggyback over everybody's comment. Being the owner, co-owner of the facility, and loving the interaction of dealing with our clients and being with them and be able to, console them when they're going through it, because it when you deal with your clients, and they can console you when you're going through it. They're gonna know it because you have a family. It's not just clients anymore. It's not about the money anymore. It's about building a community, and we had that community. And that community, it was kind of destroyed from the physical aspect. But like you said, like I have met a guy yesterday that joined my class that was in London. Really? In London? I was like, yo, that's amazing. I was so happy about it. So I was like, I'm touching people like family members that can't come to my classes, clients that can't come to my classes because they're not in Georgia. I'm touching other lives that I wouldn't be able to touch. So I love the Zoom classes, because even though I can't physically touch you, me physically talking to you and spreading the affirmations and spreading the love, for some people, that is a lot and that is enough. Yeah. So they love that. A lot of my clients, when I told them they heard about the whole gym opening back up, they was questioning me before anything. Are you going to stop the training? Or can we still do this? We'll pay you this, that, and the third. We want you to keep doing it, because they love the interaction. If I can just help somebody as a personal trainer or a trainer, period, our job is just to help our people. So if I can help somebody, even if it's virtually or physically, I'm going to do it with however way I can.
Right. Well, I want to introduce who just came in, Mr. Joshua Neal. How you doing, Joshua? Okay.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Yes. So we're going to give you, give us about a 30 to 60 second introduction of yourself. Joshua is also a gym manager as well. So tell the people who you are.
Well, again, my name is Joshua Neal. How are y'all doing? Thank you for having me, Elena. I'm actually the creator of Kickbox Jam, and I'm also the manager and trainer for Lifetime at the Johns Creek location. And I'm super excited to be here, and I love this fitness industry and what we have and what we've done here in Atlanta. Like, I truly love just everything we've done, and this COVID-19 have really taken us by storm. So, I'm really I just want to know where like you said, Elena, earlier, I want to know where our fitness industry is going to go with this COVID-19 and just what we're going to be able to do with this whole pandemic.
Now, we were speaking, Joshua, a little bit on going virtual, and I know you have a lot of virtual classes. Where do you think that with Johns Creek Lifetime Fitness that you guys are going to go keep that virtual piece and add that on? Because I know you do a lot of virtual classes.
Yeah, so what we've done, I've been working now a couple of days a week, and we have a lot of systems in place right now to where we are honoring the social distancing, and we are honoring all the rules and regulations that the government and that the state and the United States have for this whole pandemic. So basically, like in group fitness, what we've done is we've applied stations. We've applied stations in every studio, our yoga studio, our bar studio, our cycle studio, and our regular group fitness studio. We've applied stations to where they're 8 feet apart, not 6, but 7 to 8 feet apart. And in every station, we have all the equipment that is needed for the classes that day at that station. So when the members come in to take class, they don't have to go to the rack and pick up their weights. They don't have to go to like the bands and pick up the bands. Like everything that they're going to need for that particular class that day is going to be at that station. So we have designated classes for that particular day. And so say for instance on Monday is going to be all strength training classes, and then Tuesday is going to be all like cardio classes. But we do have 2 group fitness studios. So Studio 1 is designated for all strength training. Studio 2 is designated for all cardio classes. So the members know exactly and we're going to have a variety of weights that are going to be available for them. Now, typically we have back-to-back classes where it's after 1 hour of class, we go right into another class. Now what we're doing is we're having a 30-minute gap between each class, to where that 30-minute gap, we have a cleaning crew coming in, and they're going to spray down, sanitize. It's like a Ghostbuster bag. We're going to spray down everything at that station and leave within that 30 minutes. Make sure it gives enough time to dry. And then the next class, normally class starts 5, 10, or 15 minutes after. Now class is going to start 30 minutes to an hour later. So instead of having back-to-back classes, there's going to be a gap between each class, because we want to make sure that we've sanitized that station thoroughly so that members can be more safe. And then also, Lifetime is really already, they're known for the cleanliness, but we've even added more cleaning stations, sanitizing stations, sanitizer sprays, every single place. Also, when you come in, we're going to have masks available for the members as well. So if the members want to wear it, we haven't made it mandatory, but we are going to have masks available for members that want to have them. And then we're going to have a room designated if we need to take someone's temperature. We're going to have that room available to where we can take their temperature as well. And that was group fitness. As far as workout floor itself, we've removed a lot of equipment off the workout floor so that we can honor that social distancing. So we just stored it to where every piece of equipment is about 7 to 8 feet apart. We're not doing 6 feet, we're doing 7 to 8 feet apart. We do have a limit of the amount of people that can come into the gym at one time. So say for instance, in prime time, you guys know, it's basically between 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning, and then also between 4 and 8 a.m. in the evening time. So we're definitely going to have to really be on top of the social distancing during prime time. But we do have a limit of how many people can actually come into the facility at that time.
Now, my question to you, and this to everybody, that's why I said earlier, is this going to be like cost effective? Is it going to cost the gyms a lot more to do this extra cleaning? Is it going to be?
Yeah, because well, what we're basically doing is if we're asking this, take for instance the instructors, like the instructors teach a Zumba class. Let's for instance, keep it simple. Zumba doesn't require any equipment, but let's say a bodyworks or weight training type class. The weight training class is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 9:30 or 9:45, we're going to ask and see if that instructor would stay to do that cleaning. We're not making it mandatory because we know that a lot of our instructors are probably not going to feel comfortable doing that. So what we've done is we have an operation crew. If the operation crew is not available, we have the option of hiring, which I've already put out there, a requisition out there to hire about 7 to 10 additional the people that just want to come in and just clean during that 30-minute time frame. And also we also have a reservation system. So our studios can hold about maybe 80 to 100 people. Now with the social distancing in place, we can only have at a maximum 24 people in a studio. So now we've also incorporated a reservation system. And with the reservation system, the members and guests are able to go online and reserve their spot in advance. So we have 24 spots available for members to come and take a particular class. Now, say for instance, we have 24 people reserved, but there's only maybe 16 show. That means that's 8 people that did not show. And then so when we, before class starts, we have a line for people that reserved, and then we have a line for the people that did not reserve. All right. And so say for instance, those 16 people that did not, those 16 people that came in, they get to come in first. They get to come into the studio. They don't have to pick up any equipment. And once class is over, by the way, they don't have to put their equipment up. They leave the equipment right there at the station and they leave. We're going to have the doors open so they don't have to even worry about opening and closing the doors. And again, before class, we have 2 lines set up. We have a line for people that reserve, and then we have a line for people that did not reserve. So the people that did not reserve, they have if they was on the waiting list, we let the people in the waiting list come in first. And then from there, anyone that showed up at the last minute that just want to take the class, then they can come in. Now that line that's outside the door, we still are honoring that social distancing. So everyone that's in that line, we have a decal on the floor where it's 6 feet apart, so that they are able to, even outside their studio, they're still social distancing and they're still 6 to 8 feet apart.
Awesome. Guys, what do you guys see? And that's a great plan for Joshua. I'm glad to hear that Tom is putting that in place. What do you guys see the state of the fitness industry from now, here and now on? What do you think is going to be changing to? Is it going to be the same, or are there going to be some changes?
Well, what we've changed so far is that we've already added virtual classes. So that virtual classes are going to be part of our group fitness right now. Because 24 people, like in my bodyworks or my weight training or Zumba or dance class, there's always 100, up to 100 people or plus people in class. So now that we only are leaving it at 20, we're maxing it at 24, we have to offer virtual classes. So we are going to start doing live streaming for some of the more popular instructors, but we are going to have that option available. But then right now, I really personally think that we're going to find a cure for this. I know it's a virus, and it's really, really hard to find a cure for viruses, and there's really only vaccine for a lot of viruses that are out there. But I really, truly believe in my heart that with this particular virus, we got to find a cure for it. So I think that we are, but even if we don't, I think things are going to die down, but it's going to take it's going to be another 12 months or so. So with the fitness industry, it's really going to, it's different. It's different because you know me, Elena, I'm such a in-person type, I love the interaction. And with me doing the live videos, that yes, I've gotten more views, I've gotten more people, but it's not the same. That's not who I am. And I get it. It's just, that's not who I am. I like interaction. I like being around someone. It's just, that's where my heart is. And I'm unfortunately, that's me. And that's just me. And with everyone's views on here, even if you want to stay home and continue to do the virtual live, I respect everyone's views. I just am a person that loves to be I'm an interactive person. I want to be in person with someone, whether it's social distancing. I will honor the social distancing, but I don't. The live streaming is just not really.
Right.
But I'd rather be in person.
Everybody else, what do you guys think also when it comes to the state of the fitness industry? What do you guys all think?
I think it's gonna really elevate people. I'm getting a positive out of it. I'm using it, and I'm trying to keep positive. So by me doing that, I don't mind getting in front of a camera talking with nobody in the background. I don't mind that. But for those that are shy and not really that are camera shy, I think that they're gonna get better. And it's gonna send them through another avenue of how they're gonna, reach out to their clients virtually. Because at the end of the day, if you're a trainer and this is what you have to do, then you gotta get in your bag and you gotta make it happen. But I really think that it's gonna help a lot of businesses because now you have that training aspect. Like Buddy was saying, Joshua was saying, he has studios. Going forward, now he might have a virtual time for virtual clients to reach everywhere to implement, as well as having in-person people come in and take classes as well. So that's something how you can elevate yourself and use it for a positive.
Well, I'll tell you this. I know in the last, I'd say 3 to 5 years, maybe, give or take, the virtual fitness has been what's been marketed to a lot of the big box gyms anyway. I know Les Mills has implemented it. So it's not something that's so far-fetched that people have not tried it. I don't even run a facility anymore, and I was contacted by a company because oftentimes people think I still run facilities. I was contacted by a company wanting to know if I wanted to set up a call so that they can show how they can implement cameras in my gyms for virtual fitness, and this was 2, maybe 3 years ago. So it's not something that's so far off from the horizon. So we all have to look at the silver lining. As with the MOVE convention, we easily transitioned over from a physical conference to a virtual convention because we saw that. In the process of me getting my company and my product launched, I actually worked for BlackBerry Yes, right now, when you say blackberry, you think of the fruit, but back then, you actually thought of the plum. And I knew then that in order to grow my business the way I wanted it to, I saw that DVDs were becoming antiquated. We can all look at where Blockbuster was, and when Redbox came to them, as well as Netflix, look what happened. They turned them down. But who's Blockbuster? I think there's one that exists now. It's probably like South Dakota or someplace. But anyway, you have to grow with technology. We can't stay in that same little box of comfort because we like the interaction with people. That's great, but guess what? You can also broaden your horizons and reach out to international people. And that was always my business plan. I had the same business plan of combining my program in the same format of how Zumba did it, as well as Peloton. Peloton didn't even exist when I was come up with the plan of how I wanted to do trainings virtually. And because oftentimes when you do any type of instructor training, you got to have at least a decent amount of people that will require you to fly to that place. Think about your flight, your hotel, everything. You want those people to pay for it. But what if you got someone in Peoria, Illinois that wants, and you got somebody in Tallahassee that wants the training? I knew that I was going to have to transition over to be able to offer virtual trainings. That's going to save me all sorts of time, money, expense, and I could, reach a broader audience, right? But also, I have a product that's heavy. So to ship all of that, that's going to save me even more, because now I'm not going to have to ship everything as I'm flying. So, some of you who are doing it virtual now, don't look at the egg. Look at where you can go. I always say, always pack a little sugar wherever you go. And my mom said, why? So you can have energy? I said, no, because it sure does taste better drinking lemonade than sucking on a lemon. Always figure out your alternative. Always be prepared for what your next step can be, okay? I lived in Atlanta in October in 2001 is when I left Atlanta. And if you guys remember, September of 2001, what happened? It was 9/11. And I was going to move across country from Atlanta, Georgia to Provo, Utah. Let that sink in for a second, okay? And everybody's like, are you crazy? It's right after 9/11. You're going to move across country to where? From Atlanta? And yeah, it's probably crazy. But I can tell you it was the greatest move I ever made, because when I got out there, obviously when I was in Atlanta, I saw a lot of businesses closing. We all know what happened after 9/11. I don't have to regurgitate that. But the one thing I saw within the fitness industry is that when people start talking about death, people want to embrace health. And my greatest fear at that time was when I was moving out there to help open this franchise of 70,000 square foot gyms. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I crazy? Who's going to be coming into these gyms? Everyone was in that, stay in your home, stay safe kind of mode and mentality. When I got out there, all I saw was more and more people trying to come in, and they were concerned about their health. And we watched our business do this and not this. So what we have to do is you have to think of a good way to transition and utilize whatever is put before you so you can take full advantage of it. That's two avenues now you have. You have the physical people that want to come in because we are social creatures and people want that interaction. But you also have those people who maybe don't have the time to get in the car and put the clothes on and do all those things that people have excuses for not coming to a gym, because people have 1,000 excuses to not exercise. When you offer them this virtual avenue, guess what? Yeah. No, honey, you've got no excuse. You don't need no makeup. You don't need any gas. You don't even need a babysitter. You can just shut up and dance.
Now I can see it becoming, kind of a split. I could see continuing the virtual classes. I think it provides a media for the people who. What I've seen online is that there have been people that have said, yeah, I want to come to your class. Yeah, I want to come to your class, but has never come to my class. Right now, I'm offering my virtual classes for free. And if you care to, make a donation. So I've got quite a few people coming that normally wouldn't come because, oh, well, I can't dance. Well, I can't go do Zumba. Well, that's too hard. Who's getting to get the taste of the format without having to come out physically do it, invest the upfront money and that kind of stuff to be a part of it. So I think I the ability to reach that person, that shy person who ain't gonna roll those abs in the class, but who might do it in their living room.
Come on.
I think as a whole, we should look at reality that everything is moving to technology right now. So it's not going to always be in person. And now is the time, because we have the time. We have nothing but time now. Now is the time to prepare for that and put yourself in that situation. So say this is a thing that we have to move on to make majority of our money, because some clients may be scared to still come into our facilities, or some clients may be actually sick and we're still trying to fight that as well. So we may be losing out on some other aspects, but in reality, everything in this world is going to go to technology. So we got to kind of roll with the punches and try to hop on board and try to move in that aspect and move in that way. And be real, as all trainers, we all say we're not going to want to be trainers forever. Exactly. We're not going to come in the gym forever. So this is kind of I wouldn't say a scapegoat, but this is like another way that you don't have to go into the gym. All you got to do is get up in the morning, train for an hour, work 2 or 3 hours a day, and you didn't even got to really leave your house, and you can still operate as you would love to.
It's interesting that you speak upon that. So with the virtual coming into play and gyms start opening back up and some are opening up, as you know, as Michelle stated, some people are offering their classes for a fee. Some people are offering their classes for free. So do you think that's going to be an issue once we get back into the normalcy of having to pay that membership? Because a lot of people I've heard canceled memberships already. So how do you think that's going to go when they can go online and get certain things for free, and now you're asking for funds back?
Clients gonna come to whoever they want to. So if they gonna want that in-person love, they gonna come. They gonna pay. Like if you open a free class and then you stop the free class or whatever, and you start charging clients for that class, if they love your vibe, they want to be there, they want to get that training, they're gonna pay regardless. Money is never an issue. So that's money's never an issue. It's just a choice of the individual what they want to do.
I think you had something. You was about to say something, Joshua?
I was just going to say that, I mean, that in-class experience, Elena, you already know, like, that in-class experience is one of a kind. Like, you can definitely do the online and the virtual thing, but people are, like, even when I do the virtual now, like, they love it. I mean, they like it, but it's nothing like that in-person experience. They're waiting for that in-person experience right now. So I don't think it's going to hurt the in-person experience.
No, I don't think it will, because as I was saying earlier, we're social creatures. But I also remember, how many phone calls have you received when you got a TI that came in and that person's intimidated about coming into the facility? Well, guess what? No excuse now, sugar. If you're uncomfortable about the environment, how about we go ahead and set something up virtual and we can get you going? It's going to be just another way to close and get and bring in another avenue of bringing in another way to bring in advertising and bringing up more people. But also, in the same light, I know that people love the high fives. That's something we're going to have to even watch and see. We're so conscientious on the butt slaps. I was a football manager in college before I was a cheerleader. It's just a normal thing. We're an athlete to go back and just slap somebody. Those little things are invaluable in a classroom setting, right? We all love that. I love the interaction. I come from a large family. I'm used to a lot of people being around me a lot of time. And so, no, you're not gonna see a drop off from those people, but I will see, I guess I always see the silver lining. I will see the avenue of what virtual is going to do. It's going to bring in that person who has driven in the gym 3 to 5 times before they chose to walk through the door. It's going to decrease that number, because now they're going to feel a little more comfortable having what they appear to be one-on-one because they're doing something virtual. But you also think about how many people you've ever given a free pass. Every gym that I've ever worked in and I've ever managed it, I've trained staff in or what have you, we have a 30-day pass or a 2-day pass. And it's up to people when they come in to close that deal. So as far as giving away free classes virtually, I don't think it's going to hurt as much as people think it is.
Yeah, and Joshua, I feel you on that interaction in person. no matter how excited and high up I am in the studio by myself in the Zumba class looking at my students, it's a whole other animal when we're all in this room together, you know, in the midst of a routine, feeding off of each other's energy and stuff. And that's something that while you can do it, it's harder to do, you know, when you're virtual.
I think, Quan, you had something. I saw you was about to mention something.
Yeah, I was gonna piggyback off what everybody was saying. I'm gonna be the first to say I think it's gonna elevate the in-person experience, and the reason I say that is because of the free virtual training, it's giving them an opportunity to get what they would probably get without having to come. Like Michelle was saying, you get those free day trial passes, but people have to get up to go get them. As far as virtual, they just gotta flip on the TV or the social media, and there you go right there. So with the free aspect, is giving them an idea of what they'll be doing in class. So now it must give them the persona to go to the actual gym to get the workout. Now that they feel that they know the person a little closer.
And just, look at it like a dating service, right? Look at all the online dating services, right? Now, eventually you're gonna want to meet that person in person.
Yep.
It's a great intro. It's a great way to start something, but we are social creatures. Do not forget that we are social creatures. I never forget the movie WALL-E. Do y'all know the cartoon WALL-E? And everybody was so stagnant that they just became overweight. And I just thought, you know, this is where technology can lead us if we don't continue what we're doing now. And this is why it's beneficial to have the virtual stuff. But we're gonna always gather together. I mean, golly, can't even get people to not gather right now, and it can kill them.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think I was gonna like the virtual training at all, because from the time I started doing teaching spin, I had people calling me, their friends or classmates, asking about virtual classes. And my response, one of my members was pounding me all the time about virtual training. And I'm like, me? Not me. I don't know how to instruct in front of a camera with just me in a room. And then at first I was a little bit leery for even renting out my bikes. Because remember, those bikes are mine. And so it's been, and then it's like 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by, and I said, well, wait a minute. Then my members are calling me and, okay, Vanessa, what are we gonna do? So one night I was asleep, and I am a dreamer. And I was asleep, and it was like God came to me during my sleep and said, and it was like he was riding on one of my bikes. And it was like clear as day. He said, he asked you a question, what are you going to do? And I remember in my dream responding, I'm gonna do what my members want me to do. And the morning I got up, it was early in the morning, and I put it on my Facebook group page that, listen, I'm gonna rent my bikes out, and this is how much it's gonna be for the rental fee and versus the bikes. Of course, I can't rent it out as high as I want to, but I wanted to do it as feasible as I can because a lot of people has lost their jobs. So the minute I put that post up, in like couple seconds, I had members inboxing me and texting me like, Vanessa, I want a bike. Now all bikes are gone. I have normal bikes in the studio. All my bikes are gone. And now they have members that, of course, wasn't on the first go around, that didn't have the ability to have a bike. So now they have to go online and purchase a bike, and they're able to do virtual training with me. So it's a lot. For me as a trainer, as a spin instructor, it was hard at first, but God always made a way for me. Even when I felt like if I was alone, he always came and comforted me and tell me, listen, you're not alone. There's other people that are still in the same boat as you, and I'm going to take care of you. And that's what he did. Today, I'm bursting up in energy because today there was several spin instructors throughout the United States, and I was chosen as the only female to participate in a contest online. So while I was teaching class on last night, I recorded myself. And I'm saying, like, God, why me? Like, I don't know how to record myself and send it to these people, And so I had to send a recording at 5 o'clock, before 5 o'clock this morning. So when I send the recording at 5, I sent it at 4:35 on the dot because I was so scared. This morning at 9 o'clock this morning, I got an email back that said that I was the winner And I'm like, God, I'm questioning God, like, God, why? I said, but you know what? Why not me? You
Exactly.
know, even though I was hurting because you're not getting as much as you can in the studio, God allowed me to send that video in, and they gave me a check towards my business. Listen, in the time of sorrow, in the time of this COVID, He is still God, and He still provide for us. He's still making a way for us. He's going to bring us more customers that we didn't have before. He's going to allow our clients to tell other clients that don't worry. So I am just like excited because I now have virtual. I now can do it that I said I couldn't do. And when the gym opened, I still have that ability to do it.
And that all happened because of, and there's positive things that has come out of this COVID-19 pandemic, because now what you said, you rented all your bikes, then you can now become a bike wholesaler. So the next thing to get in place is to put in place where you, instead of going to the company to buy the bikes, they're getting them from you. So that's the great thing about you doing all this. So you actually turn your business from being in the studio to now becoming virtual. So now you have two businesses where you can become an international fitness presenter presenting on your bike. So that's the great thing about that. So that virtual actually helped you. So congratulations on that piece. That is amazing. That's completely amazing. Yeah. So the last part, I know we've been on here, but the last part I want to talk about is, what do you see certifications going now? Now that we have the virtual, okay, now that we have people who also been teaching fitness online that are not even certified in any areas. You know, I'm big on education. They're not certified in any areas. For those who don't know, I'm an international fitness presenter, so I'm certified in almost everything. But you have now people who are going into fitness that are not even certified. They don't have a license. They don't have nothing, but they're online teaching, making money. So where do you see that industry going as far as certifications and being trained in what you do?
Well, in all honesty, it's been going on already before the virtual even came along. So it's nothing that we can stop. It's just do your best, because you can't control nobody. You only can control yourself. I would just implement to anybody that you deal with, or your social media platform, that just pay attention to who y'all are dealing with, because you will know the difference between somebody that's just doing it and copying it and somebody knows what they're talking about. So just implementing that, give your clients knowledge so they can know the difference between a trainer and somebody just doing it just for fun. Okay, and that's by giving them the information, like letting them know what they're doing, correcting the form. Be that standout trainer by knowing what you're doing and critiquing your clients as they want you to critique them, because clients are paying attention at that sometimes. And if they're not, that means they're not really paying attention to what they're trying to do for their body. So informing them, letting them know, this is what we're doing. This is how your form needs to be. If their form is incorrect, instead of letting them just do it, correct them for their form on the spot, so they can know that you are a trainer, not somebody that's just there. Because like I said, the people that's out there that just doing it for fun, they're not going to do that. That's what's going to set you apart from them.
For myself, my certifications, my education in all areas and all aspects, it's not for me to have a shiny ball to show to people. It's for me. It's for me, for what I need for myself to be able to share with someone else. So, I'm not as concerned with what the others may have or may not have. If I am certified and I have the things that I need in place, I'm not going to stress out what anybody else is doing.
I can piggyback on you, Miss Michelle. I'm the same way. Like, I love the knowledge, and I will never, I just feel that I will be failing my clients that take my class if I'm not certified, because in certification, you get to learn a lot of different things that you really don't know. You're not just jumping out there and getting on a bike. First of all, you have to know how to properly set the bike up. You have to know how to properly position yourself while you're on the bike. So the certification classes help me. And so I will continue in my certification process just because I want to learn more, so I can teach, I can actually instruct my clients even more, and more knowledge for me, that I can help somebody else. Because you never know, I might want to be a Zumba instructor one day, even though I don't know how to move on.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of Silver because I've been in gyms, I've been around gyms with people that have not have certifications for a while, and they're good. You know, they're better than some of the ones that does have certifications. So in the fitness world aspect, yes, just choose the person that works for you. Know that they're, you know, they know what they're talking about. They put time in their craft to get it right, and they perfect it to a point to where they can, you know, put it out and give you the best results or the best, you know, health tips possible.
And that's a great thing to get this pub when we talk about certification, because we are on the Move Conventions platform. That shout out to Move Convention that allow us to come on. For those who are fitness professionals who looking to get their certifications and it not be as costly, like paying $200-$300, Move Convention is offering a special to all fitness professionals to get your certification, 15 credits or more through AFLA and NASM for only $49. So I had to pub that for the Move Convention. So make sure you go to moveconvention.com if you need your certification.
Not your certifications, your continuing education credit.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. If you need your continuing education credits to maintain your certifications, so make sure you go ahead and go to moveconvention.com. So before we end, I believe in promoting businesses. I believe in promoting and supporting each other. I want you guys to give me your best script about you, your best script about your business and what you're doing, your websites, as well as pub your social media so people can find you, because this is on major platforms as well. So I want to make sure they know where you are, tell them your location. And I'm really, really love that we have a lot of people on here that are in the Georgia area as well. Shout out to Sherry, who used to be here in Georgia, but also knows a lot what's going on. But I'm glad that we have a lot of people that are in Georgia, so people in the area can know exactly where you are. And a lot of you guys are in my neighborhood. I'm in Covington, Louisiana. Covington, Georgia. From Covington, Louisiana, but in Covington, Georgia. But I want to make sure that you guys pub yourself. So we can start with Vanessa. We can go down the line and everybody can just pub themselves, give all of your information.
All right, my name is Vanessa Dewberry. I am the Soca Spin instructor here in Conyers, Georgia. However, I am doing virtual training right now. My website information is nessacycles.com. My Instagram name is nessacycles_. You can follow us on Instagram. You can always follow us on Facebook. Same information, nessacycles.com. We are currently on leave now from the studio, but we are located in Conyers, Georgia at 1631. Is it 13? I'm sorry. 1331 Parker Road. Sorry, I am located inside the body shop with Silverback and Kwan. I am virtual trainer, so you can inbox me online or on Instagram and I will get you the information. It's just a small fee for our monthly spin class. I do it for a whole entire hour, 5 a.m. in the morning and 7:30 at night. It is $40, affordable $40 for a whole month.
Wow.
And you can take the classes anytime. So hit me up. Trust me, you will not be bored in the class. We have a lot of energy. The ladies are full of energy and we just love to have fun and be fit at the same time. So God has blessed me enough to have this platform, and I'm grateful for Elena and also Miss Sherry. I think they're both together for allowing me to be on this platform and just sharing my experience with you guys. So love you guys.
Thank you. Michelle?
Let's find that mute button again. Okay.
You're back there relaxing and chilling.
So again, I'm Michelle Williams. I'm owner of Michelle's Fun Fitness. We're located here in Conyers, Georgia. You can kind of see, hopefully you can see it, Michelle Fun Fit at att.net. That's my email address, business number 678-826. 2266. I am also on Facebook. Hopefully you can see what the group looks like when you find it. Michelle's Fun Fitness on Facebook. Go to that group page and do a join, and we'll join you to the group. From there, you can join our virtual classes and get the event information for our home classes and when those resume. We have a really minimal fee. We're $30 per month for 3 classes per week.
Oh, wow.
We're just here to have fun. And the name is what we are, Fun Fitness. I'm a Zumba instructor, but I don't need to do 433,000 steps in 63 different directions. What I want is for my routines to be repetitive so that you can pick them up quickly and get the benefit of the exercise that, you know, that you're, the part of your body that you're working as a part of the routine. We focus on our arms, our abs, our glutes, and our attitude. So when you leave my class, you should feel good. And if you don't do this at least 3 times in class, you are not a good student. Thank you very much for inviting me, Elena, and appreciate you providing this platform. Sherry, thanks.
Juan, would you like to go ahead and give your spiel?
Quan Starling, CEO of Fit to Flex Fitness, co-owner of the Body Shop Athletic Club, my man Joel Silverback. I can be found on Facebook at Quan Bembry/Starling. I hold my virtual classes every day on Facebook Live, 9:15 a.m. in the morning. It's 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the day, depending on what we're working. It's $25 for a month. And I actually get week free trial. I've been given a week free trial because this is something that I plan on doing once we do get back into the gym. I have came up with a sort of a way to save my videos, so therefore I can save, edit, cut, and do everything I need to do in order to give it a month, you know, to pack in a month, so therefore I can do it afterwards. So it's something I'm going to continue.
Awesome. Joel?
Blessing kings and queens, how y'all doing, my beautiful people? My name is Joel, also known as Silverback from Silverback Extreme Fitness, also known as the Body Shop Athletic Club, with my partner down there, Quan, co-founder. Y'all can find my Instagram and Facebook page right there. My name is right there in the little corner. Silverback XFit is the same thing on both. I currently do the virtual training, and I do free virtual training with donations. And that's my little donation thing right there, my Cash App account, right there. So all my classes called Space and Opportunity, because I let for our group in our classes to take the space and use the opportunity as kings and queens to build ourselves, not only physically but mentally, because I do a lot of affirmations, meditation, and confirmations by just talking to the people. So that's how I encourage a lot of my clients to keep moving and keep pushing, and it has changed a lot of lives. I also have another website. I'm a founder of Silverback CMOS, which, if you don't know what CMOS is it has 92 out of 102 minerals that the body is actually made out of, and it helps nourish the body and take care of the body by building the immune system. I do have a website. It's www.silverbackx.fitness. Okay. If you look on my Instagram page or my Facebook page, it will be posted up all over there, and you get to see the reviews of other clients trying the product. And I actually have testimonies of it actually changing a lot of people's lives. So I've been pushing that very heavily. I'm a very herbalistic guy. I don't eat any meat whatsoever. So I like to try to help people through giving them the knowledge through health and wellness. That's it. Oh yeah, I am. We are located in Conyers, Georgia.
Yes. Sherry?
Who? Oh, you say me? You see I'm burning daylight over here. You see me? Well, I'm easy to find. I'm poundpalms.com. Really simple. Do It Weighted. You can find me poundpalms.com, doitweighted.com, sherryshamrock.com, 4T Zone. I think, Michelle, you were talking about, you named 3 of the 4 T zones. After working in the industry for so many years, every woman came in and always asked me about 4 areas they wanted to work on. So I actually have trademarked 4 T zone, which is just tummy, tush, thighs, and tries. So the workout I've designed will help target, tighten, and tone a woman's traveling 4 T zone, tummy, tush, thighs, and tries. So, but if anybody, trust me, if you guys have any questions on anything, whether it's legal stuff, whether it's just anything in the industry, you can hit me up, shamrock@poundpalms.com. I'll help you out as much as I can. And I know going up against big box studios is a great challenge, or maybe some of you running big box studios. Just ask me anything.
That's awesome. And I'm glad you kind of mention that, because I know Joshua was at Lifetime, but it's kind of hard to do what Lifetime is doing in a smaller studio. So I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, because he was talking about all the stuff that they were doing. I was like, wow, how much all that stuff costs? But those franchises can do that versus the smaller studios. We have to take a little bit different and do certain things. So I appreciate every one of you guys coming out and taking the time to speak to the people about the industry, as well as what you're doing in your studios and coming back out, because it's really, really important to find out what's happening with the fitness industry and where we're going. And we can see all of us on here, African Americans that are in the industry, so they can't say that African Americans don't work out. We do. So I'm glad to hear more about that, and especially in the Atlanta area that is almost predominantly African American. Also, the district that I will become commissioner of is 54% African American. So I want to make sure that we actually hit those different areas. And with COVID-19, it's affecting us more than any other race. It's important that we talk about health and wellness, and we put that out there for our race as well as everybody. But we want to make sure that we're touching all aspects of that. So I appreciate everyone that's tuning in. Shout out to everybody that's on the panel. Make sure you go visit their businesses. You heard all of their virtual classes they're having. Support small businesses. It's so important. Support, because the small businesses are what's keeping the economy afloat when we go on through situations, recessions or whatever. It's always the small businesses that keep the economy afloat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I'm Elena Sanders, and I wish you guys the best. Y'all be blessed.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
Thank you for joining.
Good night, everyone.